So you're talking to a lawyer and you want to know whether he's the right lawyer for you. Perhaps you saw him on television. Perhaps you saw his face on the telephone book. How do you know whether he's the right lawyer for you? Certainly being on a telephone book or being in a TV advertisement doesn't mean that you're going to be a good lawyer for somebody. So you got to ask some questions that kind of cut through the straw and the hay, figure out exactly what this lawyer is all about. One of the questions I would ask every lawyer is, do you know your way around the courtroom? Have you tried cases? How often are you in front of the court? How often are you in front of the judge arguing motions? The question about jury trials is important, not because many cases are tried. It seems like many cases are settled these days. The reason it's important is because the insurance companies and the lawyers for the insurance companies know which lawyers out there are comfortable in the courtroom and are willing to try a case. And that's the threat that you have got to have with every case if you want to maximize the recovery and make sure that you receive enough to cover your harms and losses. The insurance company and the defense lawyer needs to know that your lawyer knows how to go into a courtroom and present your case to a jury. So that's a question you've got to ask your lawyer is, tell me about your courtroom experience. Another question that you need to ask somebody that you're interviewing is, will you be handling my case? It's not uncommon for these TV lawyers to sign up the client and then you'll have no contact with that lawyer. You'll deal with his support staff. Now, support staff is vital, and you need to make sure you're comfortable with the legal assistant to your attorney. But at the end of the day, you need to have contact with your lawyer. I'd ask him and I'd test him on this about returning phone calls. Leave a message for him one day and see how long it takes him to get back to you. If he doesn't get back to you, that's a sign that he's not an attentive lawyer. He's not committed to his client's interest. So test him. Leave a voicemail. Call him after hours. Leave a voicemail message. Does he call you back? How long does it take him to call you back? So you got to know, are you going to have contact with your lawyer, and is he going to be handling your case? Or are you going to be just a number at that law firm? I think all of us would agree we don't want to be a number. We want to be treated like a client, and that's very important. One of the questions that you should ask your lawyer is, would you tell me about your last loss? Nobody wants to talk about when they've lost in the courtroom. I'd submit that if a lawyer's told you he's never lost a case, he's not shooting straight with you, or he's not in the courtroom fighting the good fight. Lawyers that are in helping people, battling for them, will sometimes lose. But ask the lawyer what he learned from his loss, and you can gauge from his response whether he's a lawyer dedicated to improving his practice. And you also get some insights about whether he's in battling for his clients.